हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू इक्विटी। एंड आज हम लोग बात करेंगे गोल्ड की। हम लोगों ने देखा है कि गोल्ड ने पिछले 2-3 सालों में बहुत अच्छा रिटर्न दिया है। एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड गोल्ड कैसा परफॉर्म करेगा, या हमारे लिए कुछ ट्रेंड है जो हम लोग को आज देखना चाहिए बिफोर वी प्रेडिक्ट गोल्ड प्राइसेस फॉर फ्यूचर। सो आज थोड़ा डिस्कशन उसके ऊपर करते हैं, बट बिफोर वी मूव फॉरवर्ड, my request is if you can subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. So आइए गोल्ड की बात करते हैं. So what you see on your screen is basically a news that हम लोगों ने सबने देखा in recent past that India has decided to move its gold from Bank of England's vault to its custody in India. एंड लास्ट 2 साल में ही करीब 214 टन गोल्ड आरबीआई ने शिफ्ट किया है इंडिया के अंदर. सो क्या कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो आरबीआई ने स्पॉट कर लिया और हम लोग अभी तक उसको देख नहीं पाए हैं? सो ये एक डिस्कशन है आज के लिए. एंड इसके ऊपर थोड़ा बात करते हैं हम लोग. So it is very important to understand that gold historically, क्या प्राइजेस रहे हैं और कैसा गोल्ड ने परफॉर्म किया है ओवर दीज इयर्स. सो इसको समझने के लिए हमको थोड़ा सा पीछे जाना पड़ेगा. सो लेट अस गो बैक टू 1944 वेयर दिस ब्रेटन वुड कॉन्फ्रेंस हैपेंड एंड the world decided to have US dollar as its reserve currency, and US dollar itself was backed against gold, which was pegged at $35 per ounce. So ये सिस्टम 1944 में शुरू हुआ और ये सिस्टम प्रिवेल किया टिल अर्ली 1970s, till President Nixon came into power and he decided that this gold pegging system will not be there anymore, and there'll be a system of fiat currencies where the central banks will print as much money as they want, which will be backed by the sovereign guarantee, and this gold standard was abolished. So जब ये डिसीजन लिया गया ड्यूरिंग प्रेसिडेंट निक्सन्स एरा, तो गोल्ड का प्राइस करीब $40 पर आउंस होता था. एंड इन अ डेकेड्स टाइम, व्हेन वर्ल्ड रियलाइज दैट there is a shift from hard assets, currency backed with hard assets, to currency which was backed by sovereign guarantee, which we normally call fiat currency. तो गोल्ड का प्राइस suddenly shoot up किया in a decade's time from about $40 per ounce to about $850 per ounce. So the takeaway is that whenever there is a crisis in financial market, or when world see that there are geopolitical shifts happening, or government debt is at a unsustainable levels, तो हम लोग देखते हैं कि जो इन्वेस्टर्स हैं और सेंट्रल बैंक्स हैं, they start moving towards gold. So it is very important to highlight here that अभी आप लोगों ने देखा that central banks have started buying gold big time, and this has happened especially after 2022, when after Russia invaded Ukraine. The Western world decided to seize Russian assets of about $300 billion dollars, and that is when the central bank thought that आज ये रशिया के साथ हुआ है, कल को ये हमारे साथ भी हो सकता है. So let us start exploring an option of having a safer asset as our reserve currency, and that is why they have started buying gold in recent past. And it is noteworthy that जो लोग fiat currency print करते हैं, और वो कितना भी करेंसी प्रिंट कर सकते हैं, they are the custodians of this fiat currency. They have started buying gold, so there is something big in it, that their confidence on their currency itself is going down. That is why they have started building these gold reserves. So this is a very important point to be highlighted here. So what is next? We see that uh, gold market cap as a percentage of stock market cap, there is a cyclicity here. So whenever there is environment of war, let's say globally, so World War I के टाइम पे हम लोगों ने देखा that the gold market cap has reached to about 80-90% of the total stock market cap, and same happened in the time of World War II, and then the inflationary end of inflationary decade, this also has reached to that level of 80-90% of the total world's equity market cap. So is there a takeaway here? Yes, since we are entering into a phase of geopolitical uncertainty, uh, the might of United States, we see that there is a decline here. We have already seen in very recent past that Iran has invaded. Iran has had attacks on certain Middle East country, and there is a war between Israel, U.S. coalition, and Iran, which is going on currently. So under these uncertainties, there is lot of uh, interest towards gold these days by central bankers. So largely, the smart money is seeing gold as a safer investment compared to other financial assets. So what is next is basically, what you see on your screen is a very interesting chart, which is S&P 500 as a ratio to gold. So, what does this chart tell us? It is basically that how much gold is required to buy 1 unit of S&P 500. So, if you see, there is a cyclicity here. Whenever there is a geopolitical turmoil or there is a warlike environment, this ratio touches, let's say, about uh, zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4 uh, somewhere. And as we have discussed that, with the era of starting of fiat currencies in 1970s, this ratio touched about 0.25 that time. And it has also happened in the times of World War One and Two. And again, we see that this ratio is declining since last 3 4 years. So from, let's say, about 3 or 2.8 to 3 in 2022, this ratio has already declined to 1.13. So this cycle is coming to an end, and we can expect that this will again touch 0.25 sometime in near future. So this is also an important chart which tells us that we are in a massive bull run currently as far as gold is concerned, and we may see a sharp increase in gold prices going forward. It is noteworthy that this is not an investment advice strictly. Please consult your investment managers before making any sort of investment, and this video is only for the academic purposes. So there is no other intent apart from sharing these trends with you. So what you see on your screen again is basically a chart which says that gold reserve, US gold reserve as a percentage of US government debt. So we have seen that there has been a massive increase in US government debt in last 3 4 years, and currently it is, as the world is discussing that US debt is currently at a unsustainable level. So, how much gold is there with US to back its debt? So, currently it is about, let's say, 3% or so, and the price is about $5,000 as we speak. And if the US were to have sufficient gold backing its outstanding debt, so we can see in 1980s this was about 18%. So 18% gold they had as a reserve to back their debt. So if we have to go back to those levels again, and we have to have, let's say, about 18-20% of gold reserves backing the US debt, the implied price has to be, $26,000. If this ratio to go up, let's say, to about 50% or so, the implied price of gold has to be at $75, $75,000 per ounce. So this is pure mathematics that if we have unsustainable levels of debt in US, then gold का price क्या होना चाहिए to give this rising debt a sort of pressure relief. So the price increases in gold is the only way out to basically cover up for this unsustainable debt levels. So this is one thing I wanted to share with you. So what is the takeaway? So we may see that from here, gold may take a upward trajectory to about $12,000 per ounce in near future, and it can go up to 18, 20,000 dollars also in near future. As we see the global uncertainties mounting up, this may be a possibility. But yes, before investing, take advice from your investment managers. And thank you so much for your time and attention. Please like to the channel, share this video with your friends. Thank you so much.